iconic rides, from complete bangers to million-dollar movie cars. Coming from rather humble beginnings, Elon Musk's first car was a 1978 BMW 320i. The very vanilla motor set him back a whopping $1,400, not including the money he spent on air fresheners, mirror dice, and the junkyard parts needed to get it roadworthy. He got the car in '94 and kept it for a couple of years until '96, when he was forced to get rid of it thanks to the wheels literally falling off. Evidently, he's a better entrepreneur than he is a mechanic. When the 320i first came out, it was the best 3 Series in the BMW lineup, and today it's widely considered a desirable classic. When Elon made the purchase though, it was just an old crappy Beamer that made people yawn. At least it got him from A to B, and taught him the importance of tightening up your wheel nuts. Elon owned a few other runabouts after his first car, but nothing worth writing home about. It was only when Zip2, the company that he co-founded with his brother, started to take off, that he could begin adding some serious cars to his garage. At age 17, Elon received a book on classic convertibles, and his favourite car out of the entire book was the E-Type Jaguar. So, being the optimistic man that he was, he pledged to buy an E-Type should he ever have enough money to do so. As Zip2 grew from strength to strength, Elon and his brother both received a $40,000 initial bonus from their first investors. Sticking true to his word, Elon went ahead and spent $35,000 of that bonus on a 1967 E-Type Jaguar. E-Types are famous for their timeless styling and questionable reliability, which is why he described his as being like a bad girlfriend. In typical classic Jag fashion, Elon's broke down on the way back from the dealership on his very first day of ownership. You can buy all the fancy classics you like, but not even a billionaire can buy luck. After Zip2 merged with PayPal and Musk sold the company for $1.5 billion, he bagged himself a sweet $180 million payday and decided that it was time he treated himself to a real sports car. This gift manifested itself in the form of a McLaren F1, arguably one of the greatest supercars of all time. Elon used the $1 million motor as a daily driver, using it for food shopping, business meetings, and everything in between. In 2000, while driving along Sand Hill Road in Silicon Valley, Musk lost control of the F1 when showing off to his passenger and PayPal co-founder. While flooring it and changing lanes, the 640 brake horsepower Featherlight car spun out and flung into the air after colliding with the embankment. Musk and his passenger walked away unscathed, but his lack of insurance meant that he was left with a seriously pricey repair bill. A few years later, Musk sold the McLaren at auction with 11,000 miles on the clock for $1 million, which was about the same as the original price tag. And people say that sports cars are bad investments. One of Musk's most unique purchases is his Lotus Esprit submarine Bond car. The all-white Lotus was used in the filming of cult movie The Spy Who Loved Me and was sold at auction after being found by a clueless couple in an abandoned storage unit. The couple picked the unit up along with the car for just $100. After a real good clean and polish, it went to the auction block in 2013, where Musk paid $920,000 for the privilege of ownership. How's that for a good find? The billionaire says that he grew up watching the movie as a child, so he was very excited when faced with the opportunity to actually own the piece of nostalgic memorabilia. He also added that he was a little disappointed when he learned that the car didn't actually transform into a working submarine, so he plans to modify it so that it does. Okay, I know this is an odd one. Iconic isn't exactly the first thing that springs to mind when looking at the behemoth Audi Q7. But what it lacks in exclusivity and appeal, it definitely makes up for in its practicality. Musk is a family man, after all, and I don't think a 2-seater V12 hypercar is quite going to cut it for the school run. Couriering the kids aside, the Audi Q7 is an important car in Elon's lineup for one very particular reason: doors. Musk says that he doesn't particularly like the Q7. It's big and relatively quick for a fatty, but it's so huge that getting in and out is always a challenge. When designing the Tesla Model X, Musk was inspired to add falcon wing doors, so that when parked in a tight spot, it was always easy for passengers to get in and out. Thanks, Audi. If you're a BMW fan, then you will know all about the work of Haman Motorsport. The executive car modifiers take already awesome cars and make them just that little bit better. I'm talking wide-body kits, suspension overalls, and custom exhaust systems. Everything that you want when looking to stand out from the crowd. Elon Musk's Hummer BMW M5 also seems like an odd pick for a billionaire, but the car does offer the best of all worlds. It's spacious, luxurious, stylish, and stupidly powerful, to name a few. M5s are well known for being supercar killers. Their business car looks are deceptive, to say the least, and the 500-plus horsepower can crush the unsuspecting Ferrari or Lambo with it. Getting into a little pedigree here, no car collection would be complete without at least one Porsche 911. The 911 is a car guy staple, and Musk certainly fits the bill. His 911 is by no means the latest or greatest, and is actually from way back in 2012. But the best thing about Porsches is that their design is so classic, they never really look out of place or look dated, even if they are. Musk has recently had quite a lot to say about Porsche since the German car maker leaked their new Tesla competitor, the Porsche Taycan Turbo. In a tweet he said, at Porsche, this word turbo does not mean what you think it does, mocking their use of the word for an all-electric car that naturally can't have a turbo. Maybe Mr. Musk is a little worried that Porsche might be giving his Tesla lineup a run for its money. As an appreciator of all things automotive, Elon Musk has got his fair share of classics, and his Ford Model T is pretty much as classic as it comes. Gifted from a friend, his Tin Lizzie is the oldest car in his collection. With 20 horsepower and a top speed of 45 miles per hour, this is far from something that Musk would daily, but it's still a cool piece of motoring history that adds some real culture to his collection. The Model T came out in 1908 and was famously only available in black. It was the first car that was built to actually be affordable and make motoring accessible for almost everyone. This reminds me a lot of what Musk is currently doing with space travel and rocket power, saying that he wants to fly people anywhere in the world in under 60 minutes for the price of a regular plane ticket. How amazing would that be? Being the founder of Tesla, it's a given that Elon Musk would own at least a few of his own creations. While he has been seen driving around in every member of the Tesla lineup, his current go-to is his Model S P100D. The Model S P100D is the manufacturer's highest performing car currently available, with a 0 to 60 of 2.28 seconds, which also happens to be the fastest accelerating car period, electric powered or otherwise. Not bad for a four-door sedan that has zero emissions and can be charged by the sun. The Model S also has top marks for safety and has the longest range of any electric vehicle, so it's the obvious runabout for Musk and his 5 kids. Finally, one of the most controversial and talked about vehicles due to be released, the Tesla Cybertruck. The Cybertruck is still in the development stages, but when you kind of run the show, taking the futuristic angular 4x4 for a spin around LA was never going to be a problem. Although Musk has only been spotted a handful of times actually driving the truck, the motor is very much his to show off, and with such a bold design, it's pretty hard not to. The full-spec all-wheel drive model is set to be powered by 3 electric motors, have a 0 to 60 of 2.9 seconds, and a range of 500 plus miles. Musk has stated Cybertruck will be the most versatile vehicle in the Tesla range and will have all the capabilities of an SUV with the time-warping performance of a top sports car. I'm sure Musk is